Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Ricky McCarty, a wrestler from Lawton, Oklahoma. Went 7-0 this week in the Oklahoma City Open and won the freshman-sophomore title. And what went into your unbeaten streak this weekend?
Like Brandon always says, preparation is the key to success, you know. But other than that, it just took confidence in knowing that I'm just as good as anybody, if not better than anybody out there. So I just pulled the trigger. I didn't hesitate like I did last year, and it all paid off. It worked well.
You got 2 falls before defeating Mark Hobson of Northeastern 4-3. Talk about that tight match there.
That guy was big, he was strong, and he was a JUCO national champion last year, so I knew it was going to be a tough match. But I just wrestled my style. I was quick. I was in and out. I did what I had to do, and most of all, I just listened to my coaches. Coach Reynolds always got a plan, so he just told me before the match, go have fun. So I did. And, you know, I didn't wrestle quite as well as I would have liked, but it's still early in the season. I'll just keep getting better and just keep stepping over my stepping stones on my way to the top.
You were also able to get OCU's only victory over Oklahoma during the tournament. How does that competition prepare you for the season?
Well, beating OU is pretty cool. No other NAIA school wrestles the competition we do. While we're out in Las Vegas wrestling Division I tournaments or wrestling Missouri, Iowa, Iowa State, all these other D1 schools, NAIA schools are wrestling each other, wrestling D3, maybe a couple D2 schools. So when the time comes and the national tournament rolls around, we're going to be ready. No other NAIA school can throw something at us that we haven't seen. We've seen the best in the country, and they're wrestling the best in NAIA. So that really just puts us over the top, and we'll be in the hunt for a national title this year.
How do you feel like you've grown as a wrestler since your freshman year?
Oh, I've grown tremendously. I've grown physically, mentally. Watching people All-American that I beat last year and just beating people that I knew I was better than really just gave me an extra drive. You know, I'm putting extra workouts in. I've been wanting to be a national champion since I was 5 years old, and now it's just really hit me. I only got 3 years left. I really just got to go hard and just keep pushing.
You were an all-district quarterback in high school as well. What were some of your highlights on the football field?
I'd have to say just having the power to make things happen. I liked being in the center of attention, you know, maybe making a decision that could make or break us. I always felt like I was better when the lights were on or when something was on the line, so I just kind of thrived off that thrill. That's really the only thing I loved about football so much, was having the power to do that.
What's your major here at OCU?
I'm a marketing major.
Any career plans following wrestling at this point?
I'm just going to do what I can. I plan on being a national champion. I'm going to do whatever it takes to do that. I got the potential to do it, and I'm not going to let anything stand in the way. You know, I'm just going to keep striving. I'm going to keep working hard, keep putting in the extra workouts, and I will be a national champion.
Can you take us through a typical day as a student athlete?
A typical day. All I can say about an OCU student athlete is it's a grind. You know, academics here is already hard enough. Then you add 2, 3, 4 hour gruesome, tiring practices. You just don't want to do anything. So it really takes a special kind of person to balance athletics and academics here at this school.
All right, thanks very much. We're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Ricky McCarty. Coming up next on the OCU Athletics Update, we'll hear from soccer coach Brian Harvey.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to soccer coach Brian Harvey. He recently led the men's team to their first Sooner Athletic Conference regular season title since 2008. And, Coach, you're coming off of a nice win, 2-1 over USAO, who's the 19th ranked team in America. Talk about who stood out in that game and what got you the win.
Well, I think, it was a wonderful team effort. I mean, everybody really dug their heels in, defended very, very well against a very, very good USAO side. But the one player that did stand out was Danny Frid. He had an excellent game. He was playing very well, got the assist on the first goal, was playing extremely well in the midfield and then had to go back because of an injury to anchor the defense, and he did exceptionally well.
Your team was picked 5th in the conference to start the season. You ended up winning the regular season championship. Talk about your run this year.
Well, absolutely no respect at first, but actually we got off to a good start where we beat Wayland Baptist here, and our confidence just kind of grew from there on. And earlier on in non-conference play, we were finding ways in which to lose the game, but now we're finding ways to win them.
You start out the conference tournament against Mid-America Christian on Saturday. Your team is just outside the top 25, so it looks like you probably have to win the conference tournament to get to the postseason. Talk about what that's going to take.
Well, it's just one game at a time. Actually, we beat Mid-America a couple of weeks ago, 3-1 at their place. But it's a whole new season. It's a new season. So everybody is offered a lifeline. So we're going to have to be very cautious and just take every game as it comes.
Turning over to your women's side, Angela Clifton has spent time in the goal this year. Talk about her performance throughout the season.
Actually, my hat goes off to Angela. She did tremendously well. She's a young lady that came back to the soccer. This program was a defender, and when we had the problems with Ashley, Angela stepped forward, and she's done a tremendous job.
Among your seniors this year, Ashley Story has been a 4-year starter for your program, has been a consistent player throughout her 4 years. Talk about her contributions.
Well, she's everything a coach would want, and she's always on time for practice. She's a team captain. She's a leader. She leads by example. She always gives it 100%. She's been one of the best student athletes I've ever coached.
Your women's team starts out the postseason in the conference tournament against Texas Wesleyan on Friday. Talk about the goals entering postseason for your women's team.
Again, I think it's similar to the boys. It's one game at a time. And although we played Texas Wesleyan a week ago today, and we lost 3-2 in overtime, and I don't feel bad about going back there. But we'll just have to be, as I said, sharp as we can be, concentrate, and look to see who's going to step forward and find some goals for us besides Allison Worsham.
Turning back over to your men's side, you've got a player, Logan Stewart, who employs a flip throw that's been very useful for your team. Talk about the strategy behind that.
Well, he generates a lot of power on it, and it's a lethal weapon. Although it's not a surprise to everybody in the conference, everybody knows it's going to come in, but it's very difficult to defend. And we've got some very good headers of the ball, in particular Danny Frid and Roy Vaz, and we place them in strategic positions. And he's got the ability to get the ball into those zones, which definitely causes defenses a lot of problems.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Talking to OCU soccer coach Brian Harvey. The Stars will start postseason play this weekend in the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament, and you can keep up with that on OCUsports.com.